До свидания, everyone. Welcome back to Big Brain Boogaloo, episode number 18. I am Comrade Nikolai, and today we are going to be talking about raw Q, Bastion, and vodka. Will be very good. Hello, welcome back, guest Nexus, Spicy, and
Hello.
Jets.
What the fuck was that accent?
It's supposed to be
What
Russian.
were you doing?
It was
Hello,
I tried.
my friend. I am also a Russian man.
It was difficult. I'm not very good at it, but it's okay. You know, it's a you learn, you get better.
Let's offend that single Russian viewer. Exactly.
Yeah, they'll be like, "What the fuck?
What the
Sika,
fuck?
bliat. Who are these people?"
Suka, why are you make impression of me?
You are offend and cultural appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Right, very well. I hope that you're doing well, Jazz. I hope that you're doing well, Astro. Blah, blah, blah. It's a nice Saturday afternoon. I'm
this
sitting
new
down.
Nice mic. Yeah, it's lovely.
Oh, yes.
I hope it'll be a bit louder in the episodes.
No,
Yeah.
it'll sound fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
Very good. This way we don't have shitty audio sounds, which makes the 38 viewers want to not watch the next one.
Yeah. Or blast their ears out
Somehow.
on anyone but Astro.
Oh, yeah. Absolute ear canal devastation.
Mm-hmm.
So hot. Well, very well. I suggest that we begin. So first on the agenda, dear Jazz.
First on the agenda. Well, we might as well pick up really quickly off of where we left off last week, which is Bastion. Real quick thoughts.
Yes.
We-
Quick thoughts about his rework. I like the idea. I like the concept alone. I like,
Okay.
which is great.
Excellent.
Yeah, like it just makes it more of a like versatile kind of thing. Like you can pick which one of the three states you want to be in a lot more.
Yeah, there you go. That's the point.
Yeah, you're a literal transformer, and I like that.
Well, all right then. Blizzard, get the fuck on it.
That was a bit faster than I anticipated.
Yeah.
Well, no, I
Fast
think
for us.
Just like
Fast for us takes about 20 minutes, you know what I mean?
yeah. But no, I definitely really like it. Like, of course, there's a little change, like the gold weapon being on the tank mode as well, and like his health pool being more armor and less health, and
of
especially in
course-
sentry and tank mode.
Of course, Ironclad being removed, which is my favorite part of this because everybody hates Ironclad.
Yeah, even
everybody.
Yeah, kind of. Like I can do without Ironclad being a thing. Definitely when he's more viable, like of a thing in anything but sentry mode.
Yeah, like, and also just like in Sentry mode, like if he has just longer range, he doesn't need the stupid, ironclad.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Yeah, you definitely changed them in a way that I think is pretty cool. I don't know what I think about the the heat mechanic, but like I've never played with a heat mechanic before, so I don't know how that'll work out.
They do like a interesting thing to you as a player. Like you're forced to kind of like really carefully choose what you
Just
do.
balance your shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't just like if you do need to just like give nonstop pressure on a barrier, you're gonna overheat and then you're literally useless for what 6 seconds. Like
Yeah.
you have to weigh your options very carefully, and I think that that's a super nice mechanic that would not only add depth to the character, but make him much more rewarding in a lot of situations. Right?
Oh,
Because he could still destroy barriers, and he would still do that very easily, but he would be less ridiculous against them while also being less not as
Like,
much ridiculous against them. if
I
that makes
remember
sense.
reading while in his beautiful turret form, he does less damage, except against barriers.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I thought was a beautiful change because it just puts less power into only that mode.
But the offset of that is the fact that it has a lot tighter spread and it can headshot.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So.
I definitely like it overall. I would want to playtest that, which is a thing I don't often say.
Yeah, no, I
Because it seems very interesting.
I've been
and you've
trying.
definitely put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah, I've been trying to make a playtestable version. And I sort of have it, but like I keep getting stuck with it because I'm bad at coding. So.
You're probably not as bad as me, so.
Okay, fair enough. But still, it's like. I get stuck on every little bug that happens, and I'm just sitting there like, well, fuck.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I have a version that's like sort of playable, and you can try it out if you want, but it's like it's not done. So
I think that it could be finished relatively quickly if you got more manpower on it. But no,
Yeah,
it's a good rework altogether. I kind of like. I'm hesitant to put all my thrust behind the heat mechanic, although I do like it. I have to admit. And also beyond that, I do find it very interesting that that you did stick with the 3RB. I would go without that, but I think that it gives it a nice flavor. And since you like the Halo BR, I think that's a good enough choice.
Yeah.
I thought the idea of having to choose between which mode you want to play with most is like really cool. Because the tank mode's the one you're going to spend the least time in, just because it only has 4 shots. Sure. But I definitely like the idea that you can weigh your options and choose which one you want to play as. Like, you're actually a transformer. You have 3 choices to choose from in any which way.
Exactly.
And you're less of just like, I carry when I stand still and do a bunch of damage.
Yeah, which is nice. That was a thing that was really holding the character back, I would say, retrospectively. Even though it is the character's intended playstyle, like, I think that changing that up is good for the flow of the game.
It definitely just is the character. Like, that's the character. If you were to sum it up in a few words, that's the character right now. Like, I can sit still, and if you pocket me enough, I can win you the game.
It's like Widowmaker, but
it's like Widowmaker, but not.
He requires like actual support.
It's like Widowmaker, but he requires a team comp.
Yeah.
And the Widowmaker can just click on someone's forehead and they're removed from the game for at least 10 seconds. That dumb hero. I really wish fucking Widow was removed.
Oh god.
Yeah, let's not start with the
Being Masters does that to you.
Of heroes.
Being GM definitely does that to you.
Oh, I can understand. I mean, I know that at lower elo, people really don't care about her and think that she's, like, bad. I don't get too frustrated by her. I know I never enjoy getting my head clipped, but, like, you know, like, it'll happen sometimes. You can swap your whole team comp around to go shit in her soup and teabag her, and that's a good solution.
I think the best thing like her in lower ranks is Hanzo, just because Hanzo's a bit easier, but with a lower cap. Like, Hanzo isn't as consistently dominating. Like, you don't have to, like, hide around the map just to not be in her line of sight.
But Hanzo's also just like, what the fuck? Because it's just like...
Hanzo's bullshit, but he's also bullshit for the person playing him.
It's just like you're sitting there with your barrier, and it's just like, oh, is that a sniper? Alright, I'll just put up my barrier, and there goes my barrier.
Oh, but Hanzo's not a sniper, really. Like, he's kind of bad at long range.
Yeah, which is ironic. So...
It's not ironic, it's just
he's not bad at long range.
He is bad at long range.
He's less oppressive at long range.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Widow is oppressive at any range. I wish she had fucking, like, reverse damage fall off, so she wouldn't one-shot me while I was in her face.
Oof. Okay, well, I understand. I understand your hatred for her, but you have to recognize that, like, it's a very fine line with characters, and I think that the worst you can do to her is what Astro suggests, to reduce her health to 150 and make her really mobile.
Yeah,
I think is like,
and that's fine because it's like.
But that would also be annoying. Like, I don't want her.
Not at all.
Don't want her to one-shot me while I'm winning the engagement and I'm in her face.
But that's sort of her job. But you just
if she has 150 health, 150 health has a huge window. And even if she has 8-second grapple hook or whatever it is that you suggested, 6-second, like, you can easily get rid of a 150 health character. And plenty of people can one-shot that. And it would make Ashe so much better. Literally, like, miles better. I
forgot that Ashe was a thing sometimes.
So do I.
Dude, it's an 85
Blizzard does
body
too.
shot. It's not a joke.
Blizzard won't forget about her voice actor, but the character? Fuck, man.
Yeah, no.
Voice actor? What voice lines does she got?
I mean, she doesn't have, like, incredibly, like, amazing voice lines, but her voice actress is amazing.
Yeah, it's
Listen, okay. Just a mini tangent before I finally fix you guys into the proper before we go way off course.
Okay.
I'm really, really annoyed by Ash's existence.
Why?
Because here's the thing. Overwatch looked us in the eye and said, we promise she's not just a female McCree. You know, she does have reasons beyond, McCree. Yet, it's been a year. It's literally been a year. And she still only has voice lines with McCree. Her only connection is with McCree. Her style still looks like McCree. She has not developed. She has not changed. Nothing has changed. Even McCree outclasses her in the terms of the meta and also what he can bring into the table. Which, I mean, isn't much at the same time. Like, isn't much. Which you can see how much Ash brings to the table. And it annoys
what
me.
Ash brings to the table is just it's like, you want to play a sniper, but you're not actually good at sniping? Here's the character for you. It can't actually one-shot. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of
really.
it.
It's kind of a budget
Ash
Hanzo with
over.
damage over time effects.
my mini Ash rant over. Like, I just wanted to say that. I'm just annoyed.
I mean, that's why I want them to remove the damage fall off, and 2, I want them to like remove the fact that if
That would make her an actual sniper.
No, it's 85 damage.
It's not
But
meant to be a
the
sniper.
headshot damage is pretty high.
It's 170, but she's not meant to be a sniper, dude. She's meant to be the mid-range versatile one, and that's kind of what she is. But because of how strong Hanzo and Widow are, there's no point to that.
Well, yeah, but that's
if you weakened both of those two, like Hanzo couldn't headshot with his storm arrows, and Widow had less health, she would outclass those two in some ways at least.
Yes, and then it would be
But
fine.
they have those things, so she doesn't.
I also want them to like remove the thing where it's like if you fire scoped and then you unscope, the fire like cool off carries over. It's dumb.
That's
It's
to avoid
annoying.
instant kills, which is kind of silly considering that Hanzo and
But you can just do the reverse.
Oh, actually, I found an Ash tech, and for some reason that video got a lot of views, but zero comments. And I think Blizzard found the video
Why? What is it?
because, after it got a bunch of views, the bug was fixed.
Okay, what was it?
You know when you reload with Ash, right? You have a little delay before you can fire again.
Yeah.
You could have removed that by saying hello at the end of your reload.
That's fantastic.
It's great, right?
Oh my god.
I called it hello canceling.
Hello, Cancel. I love it. Good tech. Sex.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
back to Bastion though. Let's rein this back in.
Okay.
Exactly.
So you like the Bastion changes? Is that
I
what I'm
definitely
getting
do.
at?
No, and it's like
I don't know if it'll be balanced, but it will definitely be fun to try out.
I mean, it's pretty balanced. I mean, it's definitely like, you know.
I've paid very close attention to all the things that he's doing here, and I've been very careful in what I allow him to execute in his numbers.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I've taken very good care, especially with the tank rocket damage and the blast radius and all that. I've been very careful.
Like many
Radius,
people
etc.
say about like character concepts and like redesign concepts, like you can't just put numbers on it and expect it to be balanced. Like you have to test it first. And I think like the numbers aren't final, which I hope they're not, because
they've actually been tested. They've actually been tested.
Okay.
It's really weird to like shoot people with tank mode and not one-shot them, but I kind of like it. Like it's a much more it's a limited Pharah resource, but it gives you the ability to engage with people in a very different way. And splash damage is really good for charging his ult.
Yeah.
And also beyond that, like the utility of
I
being
really
able to
liked
rocket
his
jump
ult.
is great.
I really like the ult you gave him, except for the fact that he's CC immune, but I can get where you're coming from
Yeah,
with that.
he's a bastion.
Well, yeah, but being CC immune is annoying as shit.
I know, but he's literally a bastion.
Do you
like
mean
the
stun
idea.
immune, or do you mean just boops?
Like
Well, just
like
both.
he can't be charged out of sentry or hooked out of
Okay, but
sentry.
he could still be flashed and flash fast,
No.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Okay, you need to note that then, because CC includes
You need to
stuns
change
in
that to,
Overwatch.
like, say, knockback immune.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because those are technically two different things.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Like, they're one and the same, but they're classed differently. Like he's not immune to stuns, but he's immune to like knockback.
To knockback effects. The exception to this being Reinhardt's pin because that's both.
Yeah, that
and Doomfist's punch, I'm assuming, also does nothing.
Yeah, basically it just does. He doesn't bother him at all. He couldn't give less of a shit. So yeah,
because in the rework thing I read, you said like it functions similarly to
Fortify.
Orisa's Fortify.
Yeah, it does.
Which is immune to stuns as well.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it
actually, yeah, that makes sense. Then yeah, maybe it should just be immune to stuns. Like, I mean, I don't see why that would be an issue. So.
Well, but Fortify already is an issue. But like, stuns. Man, I don't know. It just seems a bit dangerous to me to make something immune to CC.
Yeah, like you could like have the move resistance, but not the stun resistance.
Really? Okay, that's fine.
Remember what happened to Moira when they buffed her on that PTR patch?
That was such a bad.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Imagine Bastion, but with that.
Well, it's an ult, but yeah.
Oh yeah, it's an ult, but it lasts for 8 seconds.
Yeah, that's fair.
And he's faster, and he shoots faster. If I'm
no, he doesn't shoot
not
faster.
mistaken.
No,
okay.
he just doesn't build heat.
Oh, okay.
So you get
Anyway.
The 2980 damage, or like the 2880 damage, from him just spraying the gun or him just shooting 8 tank shots. So it basically, obviously, I don't think does it raise the damage of the tank shells or no?
It reverts it, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So it creates an old ult where you have like an ult in each of his forms. So I guess that makes sense. Where in Sentry mode he's just like he can't be fucked with for 8 seconds. Yeah, no, that actually probably could be fine. It depends on how you implement it, and almost you'd have to make the ult charge be significantly high though, so that it only comes up once every 2 fights.
Yeah, no,
Like once every 2 team fights, or unless he's being fed.
Yeah, it's if I remember correctly, I made it something like
23 something.
20.
I think you made like 29 or 28.
It was 25.
25 something. Okay, yeah, that seems right.
So.
All right, well, very good. I'm happy that you like Astro's Bastion rework. He's been working on it for a long time.
Years. It's been almost 2.5 years now. But especially with like people now, you know, whining about him being in Overwatch League. Oh my god, dude.
No, I've never seen someone whine about that. What community are you in where they whine?
Oh my god.
Insert montage here.
Dude, everyone's like, dude, Bastion's so meta, he's so OP. And I'm sitting there like, Vancouver didn't look up.
Dude, like, Vancouver, like...
Oh, Vancouver actually fed. Let's talk about that for a second. Like, no, Vancouver got clapped in the cheeks.
Vancouver literally didn't even show up to the match. They just
Vancouver's like, alright, let's give these kids some ult charts so they can actually wipe us real quick.
They literally just sent in some zombies and put headphones on them, like sat them in front of some computers. Like I have no idea what they were doing.
No. It's those mannequins.
It's mannequins. They literally Bastion just rocket jumped on top of the chandelier, which is very cool, by the way. I'm so happy to see that someone actually finally did that in pro play.
I don't think I've seen someone say like, oh, Bastion's OP. I remember the pros saying like, oh yeah, Bastion's pretty alright in this meta. He's a bit suboptimal sometimes, but
it's like,
he works wonders. Like if the team doesn't figure it out.
Exactly, and that's like the quintessential like Bastion issue, right? It's like as long as the enemy doesn't grow a brain cell, we'll be fine, guys.
Well, but sometimes that's really hard. Like I've played in coordinated environments, and we can't figure it out sometimes.
Yeah, but it's always something to do with comps. Usually, almost always.
Yeah.
So, but
it's just a bit too much cheese sometimes.
Oh, I'm so glad I'm no longer lactose intolerant.
Oh yeah, I always forget that's a thing because I live in the Netherlands and no one's lactose intolerant here.
I refuse to laugh at that.
Okay.
Oh shit!
It's too late. You're already caught.
Fuck.
But yeah, no, I desperately want a Bastion rework, and like if I get that one or anything even remotely like that one, I'll just be fine. I'll be like, okay, fine, problem solved.
Yeah.
But it's been
problem solved, dealt with.
I think something along those lines would definitely like keep the core like idea of this is a thing that transforms,
Yeah.
while like still being fun.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Like, tank on E is, like, kind of the answer. So,
I wonder if like hardcore Bastion mains will find it fun.
I mean, I'm a hardcore Bastion main.
Well, yeah, but like also other people, you know.
I mean, as far as I know,
Well,
I've only met a couple people who didn't, so...
All right.
color
Kind of like what the sim mains had and still have. It's like,
Oh.
please revert
Yeah.
Sim.
Yeah,
She
there's
was
no-
shit, and I loved her.
There's sort of a
I
divide
mean-
there.
I kind of like, I thought that they were stupid, and then now I'm just like, yeah, I want the old bad Sim back. I would rather her be bad and not played so I can fucking put down my shield generators than her be nerfed into the ground. Which, you think it's over, it's not done yet.
Really?
Well, but she
I
just kind of.
I think they're honestly going to figure out what to do with her. Honestly, I think she's close to being all right. They just are refusing to make the actual changes that are needed.
Because every time she becomes meta, people get mad at her, being like, "Oh, she's too strong because she never used to do damage."
Well, yeah. So you just gotta.
Oh, you mean
change
the one time?
expectations.
the one time she was meta.
The one time. Remember, she was only...
yeah,
able to do
I
one
mean
before
the
that.
1 week at the start of Shield meta when people
The 1 hour.
no, the 1 week in Roku beta where people played Sim
Yeah, no,
and
exactly.
went flat to Masters playing only Sim.
Oh my god.
But
That actually happened. I have a few people that like, yeah, I went from plat to Masters, and then I checked their profile after Roku beta. It's like, oh well, he's back to plat. Great.
yeah, no.
Yep.
But
Actually boosted.
yeah. No, because no one ever fucking figured out how to deal with the sim, which made me so mad. Like,
It's not...
It's hard.
No, dude, you shoot
She does so much damage, and you're like, stop her, feed her a shield, and she just does more damage.
But
Well, now she's a... Look at her turrets can't even kill you, so...
yeah, no, I mean...
Yeah, I don't know why they did. I know why they did the nerf on her wall. I know why they did that because I can't see a fucking thing watch.
That wasn't...
Yeah, I mean, but this is also why I think you made that great suggestion, Nexus, where it was like, you know, level 1 to level 2 is, you know, 60 to 120, but then, you know, it's a 2-second level up from level 2 to level 3, and it's like 190 damage.
I think I suggested it a bit differently. Like the level 1 and level 2 are a bit more spread out on how useful they are.
Yeah.
It's like right now it's 60 120,
Yeah.
but like in my idea, I think it would be like 90 and 110. Like there's not much of a difference between the two first ones, but they're still like significantly powerful. And then the last one will take a lot of charge time, which will only realistically come up if she's being fed by shields.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think that's a good
Which-
idea.
I mean, that's sort of a good idea. It does a good job of returning her to 0.65% pick rate, but I don't really care about that. So...
Like I think there's a place for Sim because I really like her teleporter.
No, yeah.
And
really.
people are like, "What the fuck? You like her teleporter?" Yeah, I like team play. I play fucking
Yeah.
Lucio all day.
It's the best kit, like, objectively. Like, you save 5 seconds off of everybody's respawn every time, and if you have a Lucio...
Like, I remember Sim mains complaining like, "Wait, it's on cooldown more when I break it." You literally have people spawning 5 seconds faster than the enemy team. You
It's
dingus.
enormous. It's ridiculous.
Do you know how brokenly powerful that is? That used to be a damn ultimate.
Yeah.
Side note, spicy spicy opinion coming forward. I
here
already
it
said
comes.
this when this teleporter thing happened, and every sim main lost her shit, and I just kind of sat there and I was like, y'all just mad you can't telly bomb anymore,
Yeah, no.
and that's
No,
the truth.
they're just mad that it's less viable.
But that's even it. Like, you can telebomb. Like,
You can't telebomb, but you have to balance it around the fact that yes, you will have a
Also,
longer
it's
cooldown
weaker
on it now.
It's
Yeah.
a lot
It's like,
weaker.
oh, but the thing is that like I was seeing I won't, again, I'm a classy lady, I will not speak names, but I was seeing people like putting their teleporters right in the middle of the fight and being like, oh no, why did it's gonna be so long now before the fucking cooldown. And I was like, you
Like-
put it in the middle of the team.
Yeah, like put
What
it
are
like
you
put it
expecting?
slightly behind
You
them.
get punished for incorrect play now. Finally,
Yeah,
wow,
put it
what a big problem.
Put it slightly behind them, and they'll just get melted.
Yeah, there you go. You just have to like put it just behind them. There you go, and that's a very valuable, very valuable technique.
Yeah,
It's
and
You
perfectly
use it to
grand.
like
And it's-
make people spawn faster. You can still telebomb, but it's more risky and it's less incentivized to do so.
And it's still 120 damage. Like, it's still gonna fucking kill someone. Like,
Yeah, like you're gonna be less incentivized to do telebombs because people have found out that yes, that is also very powerful, especially comboed with Mei sitting on top of the teleporter while the turrets are there.
yes, have you seen that?
Team
Oh
Team
my
Ireland,
God.
the fucking legends.
This was ridiculous.
Hey!
It was ridiculous.
Jesus
Link-
Christ! Why can't my team figure that out?
Nexus, can you actually link me the clip of that? I'll edit it in. It was
Yes,
it was
I
fucking
have it in another
hilarious.
Discord. Hold on. It's called ice bombing. and
Yeah,
I
people
think
call it
it's
ice bomb.
hilarious.
It's fucking amazing.
Hold on. It's in this Discord. Fuck. Better.
While we are on this topic, I'm gonna real smooth move us
Alright.
to the next one, which is
Roll Q.
Roll queue.
okay. Roll queue. So you might be wondering, audience, why the fuck are we doing this? Why are we talking about a thing that's been in the game for about what?
A
like,
month.
A month
Oh,
and a
2
half.
months actually.
A month? 2 months? The reason why we're talking about it is Overwatch, the Overwatch
Is-
community can't go 15 minutes without complaining about something, and right now it's complaining about roll queue, even though I did predict this, and I said exactly verbatim what these people are complaining about a couple of episodes ago. And I just want to say I was right, and you guys are very predictable. And you guys are complaining about nothing, and honestly, just hush.
Yeah, no, really.
That's
Can we
it.
go into the specifics, what they're complaining about? Because I'm a bit out of the loop. Because I usually skip those articles whenever I'm watching the forums go wild.
Yeah, it's mostly people saying like, oh, you know, we're getting people who don't know how to play their roles, and you know, the queue time is so unbelievably long. It's
It's not that long, man. Have you played in Grandmaster?
if you're playing DPS, it can be like crazy, but yeah.
Yeah, like it's 5 minutes. That's my support queue is like 6 to 7 minutes, 6 to 10 minutes.
Really, because people are getting like these 30-minute queue times.
I don't know why or how.
This is
'Cause-
because of the 1%. Do you know the way we were talking about, like
Oh,
how?
Well, yeah, I'm
So it's-
part of the 1%. So.
No. I'm just
The
saying like
1%
that's
of
the
the
reason
1%.
why.
Oh.
The 1%.
Because yes, I've had ridiculous queues on every role, including tank
Yeah.
and support. I've had like 26 minutes queues on support. I've had 13-minute queues on tank. I've had a 3-second queue on DPS, believe it or not.
Oh my god.
But the norm is like DPS is the longest, around between like 6 and 19 minutes.
6 to 19 minutes. That's a big gap.
Yeah, but that's still like an average
Yeah.
that I've experienced, which
It
is
was-
which
that
is
is so
around
big.
like low masters 3600. Believe it or not, that's my lowest roll.
Okay.
But like, I don't think it's that bad. Then again, I don't enjoy playing DPS a lot.
Yeah, I don't either. So for me, it's not a big deal. Like I've never had longer than a 1-minute support or tank queue.
Oh God, You're
Like
lucky.
never. No, I mean I'm in low diamond, high plat. So like it never comes up. Like
I think Diamond is probably the best rank for queues, because in the other ranks there's too many people, so DPS will have a shit queue time because they're literally in queue to play. While in the high ranks they're too little people to get a game.
Yeah.
So you'll have like this is what I've experienced as tank, and a lot of other people have as well around my SR. which in the tanks case is probably between 36 and 4,500, because they're all in the same games.
Yeah,
Because there's not enough tank players around that SR.
that's true. Yeah.
You get 3,600 players in like 4,500 players in the same games.
Oh yikes! Really? It's that bad?
It's that bad.
Oh my god.
On my tank SR, which is 3,700 something, I've played with and against the rank 1 and rank 2 players like multiple times.
Oh my god.
While also playing in diamonds
Oh my god.
the next game.
That's insane.
Yes. So let's just kind of say that
And
tank.
And for anyone who doesn't quite understand how rank works at that level, that's the difference between like diamond and like.
It's kind of like the difference between
500
bronze and diamonds.
Is
what
it's roughly like between the difference between like bronze and like mid plat. Like, it's bad.
3,600 players. They're like, oh my god, suck my dick. I'm so good. But 4,500 players, they know they're good. They're not gonna just boast about how good they are.
Yeah.
And
no.
if you get in their way, they will proudly suck you up as free ult charge.
Yeah. No. Really.
And like, I've experienced this myself because I've been boosted in the past. Not like by anything, but the meta, which at the time really fit me.
I wish. God, I wish that
like-
were me.
When the meta changed a little bit, like like, you know how goats meta was like, oh, you can only play goats, and then after that you'd had a bunker, goats, and triple DPS triangle of things you
Yeah.
could play, which I think was probably my favorite time to play, but I wasn't amazing at playing against triple DPS because it involved my least favorite two heroes, Sombra and Widowmaker,
Yep.
which I'm horrendous at playing against. And especially when a good Widowmaker is involved, because they can just click on 4 heads and win a team fight.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Sucks. And Sombra can just twiddle her fingers in your direction, and suddenly your Wrecking Ball can't play.
Yep. It's yeah.
It's rough.
I don't know, mans. I kind of feel like. So what I've noticed that like from the sources that I kind of gave out was it's mostly Twitch streamers complaining about this issue about like not being paired up with the right people for taking so damn long in queue times, etc., etc. And honestly, if I was in Blizzard's shoes, and if people have complained about getting roll queue for literal years,
Yeah.
and I remember when it was announced, or at least leaked, I think.
Yeah.
It was leaked first. I said that people can't look at roll queue as like the thing that's going to immediately fix Overwatch. That like
No,
as
it
soon
won't.
as roll queue hits, everything's going to be fine. And I listed out multiple troublesome kind of details that people were just leaving out of videos. Because at this time there was like a huge bunch of videos saying how much roll queue would change the game for the better.
And I like how
And
they all
I want-
nonchalantly said, like, oh yeah, a DPS will have a bit longer queue times. And then Blizzard...
Exactly.
I like how Blizzard also said in like an interview, like, way before roll queue came out, it's like, I don't know if roll queue is the right idea, like, certain players will have really long queue times, and others will have like really troublesome queues. I don't know if it's a good idea. Like, oh, give us an example. Like, DPS players will probably have like a 16-minute queue time.
Yeah.
And then people just ignored that for some reason.
No, it's true.
That's the thing. I was saying that like this is actually something that we should be somewhat worried about, and especially if it comes to quick play, which it did. That
it doesn't affect quick play that much, I feel.
Hold on. Let me just continue with my thingy-majiggy.
Okay.
So that it will affect, kind of like, of course it will affect DPS. It'll affect people who flex, who do all the roles, who like more unique game comps like triple DPS is just gone. Like it's not just
Goats
goats.
is
It's
dead.
all of it's all of them.
Goats was my favorite.
You know,
Oh
like
boy.
the thing that makes me the most sad is the fact that Brig had to be like nerfed.
Well, but I
Like,
like
all.
her rework. It's great.
I do
it's
too,
not as
but I want to
functional.
kill things and not die.
Yeah, no, really.
Well, yeah, but like that was, man. I think she's better now. She's a lot more fun to play.
Yeah, dude, but now, like, think about how many points you can't play her on. Like, you just cannot do it. Like, there's
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to just be
75% of the points you literally cannot play her because you are statistically throwing. Like, that's incredible.
That's true.
Well,
yeah.
if the meta shifts anywhere near her favor, and if she can be played with Lucio, because like you don't need as much healing, or she could provide enough healing, like in a dive meta, for instance. Like if it's
Oh,
Lucio
God.
Brig dive, that'll be amazing.
I mean,
How hilarious would that be? Oh my sweet Jesus! I'm going to the quick. Oh my God, that would be so funny.
Because you can literally throw an armor pack at a tracer and make her nearly unkillable for 2 seconds.
I don't
Talk about
believe that will happen because there's just unless we get a DPS that can heal themselves, like a Junker Queen as a DPS. That's not possible.
We have Soldier,
Guys, can
we
you-
have Doomfist, we have
Soldier is
Genji.
bad. Doomfist is now bad. Genji is good, but he doesn't heal himself.
yeah.
Yes, but
Guys,
Brig can
guys,
heal from
really
30 meters away.
Really quickly, imagine in a world like Brigitte becoming the Anakin Skywalker of Overwatch.
Oh no.
Like she was meant to destroy dive, but now here we. Oh man, I just want to see it now.
I do too, because the same thing happened with Doomfist in this meta, right? He's really good against this meta, so he's played in this meta.
Yeah.
Like, like you're supposed to destroy them, not join them.
Yeah, no, really. But I mean,
Like, I'm pretty sure Tracer and Brig will be like the next thing. Like, Brig was supposed to destroy them, and now she's joined them.
I mean, I think that I think there's obviously I think that Brig is still going to need adjustments. Like she's gonna need changes, but I still think
Not big ones.
No, not huge ones, but she's gonna need like adjustments to like the way certain abilities work, and like she's gonna need some number changes. But I think the kit overall works now. They just need to make it work.
I just hope they don't fuck it up, because her kit's really fun to play now.
Oh yeah, sure, but it's still just
Because I like the shield management, right? Because it's the age-old idea that Jane told me, right? It's why are you using your shield to block that damage that wouldn't have mattered anyway? Because that's a lot of things like bad Briggs players do. They just kind of keep up their shield and walk around. If that damage you're taking doesn't matter, why are you blocking it with your limited shield?
It's true, but still, it's like it's like wet cardboard, dude.
Yeah, but that wet cardboard can still like cause you to not die to Widowmaker twice.
Oh, sure, but still, it's like wet cardboard, dude. There's a lot more spam than that.
True, unfortunately there is, but I can see her becoming good against certain things,
If they change,
and I'm looking forward to it. If they change anything about her shield, don't buff it to 300 at least. Just buff it to 250.
No, I think we discussed this though. Like, if they make it 400, but they make the shield bash like do damage to the shield.
That'll be kind of funny, but like, man, I don't know. Will she be a tracer counter or a tracer enabler next meta?
She would be both, which is like kind of cool.
Well, she's not really a tracer counter anymore.
Well, if they buff the damage on the shield bash, she will be.
Yeah, but who knows?
Well,
if
no,
they'll do
because
that,
Tracer
though.
can stay out of her range now.
Oh,
Tracer
Jesus,
can
that's
melt her
right.
shield at 13 meters. Yeah, no, there's nothing. that you can
Oh
do against Tracer
Christ!
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tracer
I
can
forgot
stay
about
out
that.
of her range. The same happens with McCree. Like, McCree was a semi-counter to Tracer. She can just stay out of the flash range
Oh my god, they literally
and
just
still
completely
do all the damage.
destroyed the game. No
Like,
one-
it fundamentally wrecks the game, but it'll make Tracer a bit more viable, I guess.
nobody's. It's weird because nobody's talking about this. It's like
No, a lot of people are talking about this, except the forums. The forums are like, hey, it's not enough, my baby Tracer.
it's just gonna make the character so busted.
It'll make her
doesn't matter.
fundamentally broken, but probably not broken enough to like kill the meta.
It doesn't matter
It's gonna
because
kill
people
certain
will
heroes.
get dive. No, here's the thing. It doesn't matter because people will get dive, and then they'll slowly start to complain about dive, and then we'll have.
And then they're like,
dive
why
be
did they buff
strong,
Tracer's range? What the fuck?
and then they'll introduce a hero that counters dive, and then it literally just repeats the cycle that we've had for 2 years.
Oh my
And
god.
we just
Oh
go
my
on.
god. I think I've just thought of the best things ever.
What?
A support meta with Echo, Brig, and Lucio.
Wouldn't Echo
Well,
need
it
to?
can't
With
happen
Echo?
now.
It can't
Fucking
happen.
Echo.
so-
Echo will probably
Actually-
happen. And if she's
Oh, no,
somewhat
no.
of a dive
I know she
support,
will, but the issue is like you can only have 2 supports.
well, yeah, but those will be the 3 like in quote unquote rotation.
Oh, okay, that's what you mean. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that.
Actually, really quickly diverting so we can go back on topic. Do you think? Do you guys think Echo will be announced in BlizzCon?
Yes,
I do.
I think there is a 90% chance that Hero 32 is going to be Echo, and
Yes.
the reason I think this is because of
She was
well,
her character was announced last year at BlizzCon.
Yes.
Like they're not gonna
And they said
let us wait
soon
more.
PM. They said
They
soon
said fucking
PM.
oh she'll be our character soon.
no, but the other reason I think that she's almost certainly Hero 32 is because we have to remember is that Echo, as far as we can tell, is probably one of the most lore like significant characters yet.
Well, it has the
Somehow.
potential to
We
be.
don't know how.
Yeah,
She has the potential to lead to a bunch of connections between characters.
Yeah.
Between
True.
McCree, the monkey, the scientist guy, the tracer.
but
Like-
but
She's connected a bunch.
yeah, but
Vishkar maybe even.
yeah, but
Yeah.
but the reason I say that I think it's almost certain that she's not only because it's been a year exactly, but because she's so lore significant, or very likely is because you have to remember that, especially with this announcement of the new book coming out,
Yes.
Which we'll get to
which we'll
soon.
get to.
Mm-hmm.
And you know all the constant leaks about Overwatch 2 being announced, and it being sort of like a story mode. I think that it would be very Blizzard to release story mode and then say, oh, by the way, you know, in story mode you're going to be interacting with this character Echo a lot because she's so significant. So here she is in the game too, like in the actual like competitive game. So, I feel like
I don't think they'll announce it exactly like that, but
yeah, but you know what I mean.
yeah, I know what you mean. Also, I think if a narrator character ever showed up, I just hope it would be Sombra.
Oh, that'd be funny.
I've had this forum post, like, if an Overwatch movie, what would each character do? And I thought, Sombra would be a narrator. She'd kind of be like the scene swap between each and every character, because she has eyes on everyone.
That's true.
Ooh, I love that.
Because
Ooh.
she would literally, like, now, what does this character have in store? And then she just swaps to a screen, and the screen fades to whatever that character's doing.
Yeah.
She also has that sassy attitude that will make her really stand out as a narrator as well.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I think she's literally meant for that. Like, a narrator kind of role.
Well,
Yeah, that's a good point.
we'll see when it gets to that road. Like, we can't predict the future, except
Yeah.
for me, who.
You can
Has the
attempt to
ability
predict
to.
the future, but not predict it precisely. But if
but-
an Overwatch movie were to happen, I think that's just missed potential if they don't do that.
Yeah, no, really.
Do you know what would be hilarious? Has anyone seen Ant-Man?
Yes.
Seen what?
There's
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
No, I've not.
Okay, really quick, like, Astro, you'll get this. Do you know the guy who, like... I'm just laughing thinking about it. And he's the best friend of the main character.
Yeah.
And he does these little story modes where he, like,
Oh,
it's in a
yeah.
story within a... Yeah, it's going to be like that with Sombra.
Oh, that'd be funny.
That'd be so funny.
Man,
she's
I
doing the
wish I
mouth-
knew what you were talking about.
Oh, we'll put up a clip right now, like, just
Yeah.
show the clip real
Ah,
quick.
yes. That'll be great. That gives me a reason to watch the episode as well.
There you go.
Yay!
Hey, more views.
But anyway, and Ignacio tells me, yo, I met this crazy fine writer chick at the spot last night. Like, fine, like crazy stupid fine. And he goes up to the bartender and goes, look at the girl I'm with. You know what I'm saying? She's crazy stupid fine, right? And the bartender's all like, yeah, crazy stupid fine. So this writer chick tells Ignacio, yo, I'm like a boss in the world of guerrilla journalism, and I got mad connects with the peeps behind the curtains, you know what I'm saying? Ignacio's like, for real? And she's like, yeah. You know what? I can't tell you who my contact is because he works with the Avengers.
Swiftly moving along from lore.
Yes. Or to lore.
So from lore to more lore.
Yes.
Potentially,
Guys.
hopefully.
Guys, there's gonna be a fucking novel.
I know.
By the gods.
And it's gonna have Doomfist in it.
And Orisa and Lucio, but Lucio will probably be a side character, to be honest.
Yeah, he's-
I wouldn't be shocked if-
Like, unless he suddenly becomes a mainstay in, like, what Ify, Orisa, and him are possibly doing against Doomfist, I
Yeah.
don't see him being significant.
Well,
like, he'll
remember-
probably show up and be like, oh yeah, I'm a DJ kind of guy. And
Well, remember
maybe...
Remember that Ify's a big fan of of Lucio. And
Lucio.
Yeah, and Lucio's a big fan of Orisa and Ify, so, you know,
Yeah.
I think it's possible that they could work
And-
together.
And
I don't
Lucio
think it's-
is one of
I
the
It's
last.
not only boss.
Sorry,
go
hold on.
ahead.
Lucio is one of the last. One of the few staple heroes. So, like, what I mean by staple heroes is like the original
21.
cast,
Yeah.
the other original 21, who has not gotten anything lore substantial.
Yeah.
So this.
I mean, he
so,
has
like,
gotten,
no,
like, a little bit, but...
I
all in the
kind
entire
of like
album.
comics,
It's all in the fucking
lore.
He has a little bit more lore than Zen, poor
That's
guy.
true, yeah.
Oh, rip.
But,
but-
they did tease us with Zen lore soon.
Yeah.
Do you know what I would
Soon
love?
TM.
The inevitable Echo animation to have Zen in it.
Oh,
Like,
that'd
that
be
would be-
great.
You know
That'd
what would
be
be
great.
even greater? For that same animation to have Lucio, Sim, Winston, and Tracer in it.
That'd be weird.
Oh,
Why
man,
does
Or
I
that-
just flash back into the past. Like,
Oh,
it starts
okay.
with like, Vishkar, where she would potentially be created. Lucio and Symmetra having a conflict there. Like, her with the main cast in, like, the past, where she would fight alongside Winston and Tracer. And then eventually she'd end up with, like, where she is now, going from McCree back to Winston.
That could be cool, yeah.
Man,
Because that would
endless
directly
possibilities.
line up with where the timeline is right now, like right after the Winston's recall,
Yep.
like a few days after.
Also,
'cause-
this novel is set after Recall, by the way.
Yes, it is.
is it actually?
Yes.
Yeah,
Holy fuck!
we're finally moving forward.
Shit, man. Hopefully, it'll be like a week forward, because that'll mean that 3 years in our universe is like a week.
Oh,
Like every year will be 1.5 days in the Overwatch universe.
oh, Jesus. Oh,
That'll be so funny to me.
Blizzard soon TM.
No, no, really. Seriously. Oh.
God.
But I mean, yeah.
'Cause if you think
yeah,
about it,
there's-
that yeah.
yeah.
Go
There's
ahead,
not
Jen.
much. There's not much on. Just going back to the topic. There's not much on this book. There's a blurb detailing that it's basically going to be centered around Ify and Orisa, with maybe with I assume maybe cameos rather than like mainstay main character type deals. Is that
I do think that Doomfist will be the main conflict of the book.
Yeah, he will.
And
Yeah,
that
no,
maybe
that is what
Lucio's
it
there
does.
to help out, but I'm kind of doubting it, to be honest. I hope he will be. But
The thing
yeah.
is, we don't know if this book is going to be about Orisa winning against Doomfist, failing against Doomfist. Is it just going to be her training towards Doomfist? Is there actually going to be a conflict with Doomfist in it? We don't actually know.
I think there will be, but it will end up in like nobody actually gets hurt and Doomfist just gets away.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like no one,
It's like
no one
I
actually.
am
knows.
Doomfist. I show up, I punch a building, and then I like escape in a Talon vehicle.
No, man.
Goodbye. I will see you in the next animated short,
Goodbye, my friends. He's just gone.
which will be soon. TM.
Yeah, he's just gone.
He just puts on his glasses and a tuxedo and he's like,
Yeah.
"Well, I'm out. See ya."
I will see you outside of jail.
Yeah, no, really.
But yeah, this thing is going to be hidden in March. just
May.
Confirm?
Yeah.
May, March. Yeah.
It'll be longer than I hoped for.
You know.
But do you know what? It poses nice like possibility for more novels like this.
Yeah.
So like maybe, and you since it's one author, you can maybe do a World of Warcraft on it, which is have several authors doing different parts, and so I mean, if this takes off the ground,
Which I mean, it will.
hopefully.
it?
Oh, it will, absolutely.
But it's
I mean,
Blizzard.
it's lore.
It's lore. It's Overwatch
Yeah, but
lore.
it's
going
lore.
to explode.
People are gonna feast on this for about 2 years.
Yeah, no, really.
As the only bit of content we've had.
Man, the Overwatch community is just like lore.
No, really.
We slurp them up.
Yeah, no.
We slurp lore like I slurp SR.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, you know,
But anyway, exciting things ahead.
They've released Michael Chu from the dungeon in the basement.
No, they haven't even released Michael Chu. It's a different author.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
No.
Michael Chu will probably have to explain the characters to her.
So he's
Like,
just,
this is Arisa, she does things.
no, he's just like the oracle in the basement. You just send the authors to go talk to him. They explain something, and then he doesn't speak for another 2 years.
He just speaks in gibberish, like, wah. Ah, yes,
no, he's
Arisa is a fierce fighter.
Yeah, no, that's literally all he says. Yeah.
He sits cross-legged and like levitating and like in this room, and then she goes into it, and then she's like, "Master, please tell me the secrets of the Overwatch." And then his eyes open and they glow.
Yeah, and he just has like approximately 3 sentences, and then he doesn't speak for another 3 years.
Yeah. Oh wait, that's
He
like
opens
the
his
actual
eyes, they
Overwatch
glow.
lore.
Yeah,
Wow.
He opens his eyes, the place glows, and she can see only a blinding light, and he tells her this. Hanzo actually has like tiny ankles, and he closes them again and goes sanitary.
Hanzo has weak ankles. And just closes his eyes. Everything fades to white, and it's almost like nothing has ever happened.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
But
We come up with some stupid shit, guys.
no, but
Yeah, we do.
It's like the
But that's
funniest-
what makes that's what makes our podcast unique. We talk about stupid shit in a serious manner.
No, like remember what how we got Ian involved on this, right? He was just like, yeah, you guys are really funny, and like you don't really talk about anything, but it's just funny to listen to. And we were
Will I
like,
actually be in
I
a
can
call with
second
Ian
that.
at some point?
Hmm?
Do you think?
say,
Will I be in a call with Ian at some point? Do you think?
if you want.
Yeah,
Oh
I'd be up
boy,
for that.
5 people. 5 people though.
Two,
Oh.
Hey man, if we're discussing something that like they can talk about, like, you know, kind of equally,
Together.
yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah.
We could kick back and relax. Me and Zeke go on holiday.
Oh jeez, yeah. I think this kind of seems like the type of segment you would cut out and not include in the final release. I don't know what we're talking about at this point.
Neither
Neither do I.
Okay.
All right. Well, I've enjoyed listening to this. I'm just armor packing my Sigma.
Okay. Is there anything else we want to address?
Well, there is Nintendo, Overwatch is on the Switch now.
Yeah, there's.
Oh, yeah.
None of us own Switches.
That is true.
Uh,
I own a Switch.
Oh, you do? Cool.
Do you?
Yeah,
Oh.
I do.
You have
I'm not
someone-
gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy Overwatch on it, but
Okay.
like I probably would have, but I don't like gaming on consoles. It sucks.
Yeah, it's Garbo.
I mean,
Like
still
to any
getting
console players watching, I don't think you even notice how bad of a predicament you're in.
no, I know exactly how bad of a predicament.
Well,
I was
but
in.
yeah, you play PC now.
Yeah.
But like to the console players watching, you don't know what hell you're actually in.
I do.
No, I do too. I just really don't care. Like, to be honest, like, I'm on the European servers. Like, no one speaks English. Like, I'm already in hell. Like,
Yeah, but on PC, that's the same thing except less.
Same thing except
yeah,
less.
but
Because I've noticed that people on consoles speak less in general.
Yeah, they do.
Which, I mean, I kind of know why, because less people have mics on console, don't they?
But yeah, but it's also more kids.
Well, true.
I like bullying kids. What can I say?
Yeah, they do.
Whoa! Wow.
Seriously,
Oh,
if I
God.
had your job and I had to work in a summer camp, I would probably feel the same way. So I empathize.
Yeah, exactly. Given the story time I just gave you guys, like, you understand my pain.
Yeah,
God
no.
damn it, I wasn't there.
Yeah,
You'll get
that's
to
fine,
listen
you
to
can
it.
Watch it. It'll be
All
up
right.
probably before this episode, so
Yeah.
you'll be able to hear it.
When will this episode be uploaded?
Probably Monday or Tuesday. Just because I have a busy day tomorrow.
Please cut this out. This is literally horrible.
I know.
Cut all
By
of
the
this
way-
last part out.
Could you just insert this into the story time? It was 3rd degree burns. It wasn't 4th degree.
Oh,
I was
okay.
mistaken.
Okay.
Okay, you
Sorry,
can, like, you can,
I was-
you put that little update.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's fine.
But it's still really bad. Like,
Yeah,
that's,
no.
that's still terrible. And I'm permanently
Isn't that
scarred
when-
for it, but
Isn't that when like your
Yeah, I have-
skin
I have-
turns
I have,
white?
like- yeah. And you
Yeah, I
saw-
had that when I had fuck. You know the things that spin around when with firework. You know the things that have like a bunch of colors
no.
and spin around,
Oh.
like the big ones.
Oh no.
Yeah, I had one of those because we usually use those as like a budget lighter when something has to be lighted in like a bigger area.
You were
But I held
smoking.
it wrong
Oh.
because the thing was kind of scuffed,
Oh no.
so I burnt my finger.
Oh no. Oh, dear.
Luckily, it wasn't a permanent scar because it was just small enough.
Oh,
But
that's
you can
good.
still see a
Well, on
little
that
bit of it.
terrifying note. On that terrifying note, shall we end?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
let's
that's it.
create the ending now. Yep. You
Well-
can resume it.
Subscribe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess that's all we have to talk about. So, that said, Godspeed you all, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Fuck.
Yeah,
I'm
you
so
actually, like,
tired.
Fuck. Okay, now it's ending.
Please.